What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be telling the story of the era where I thought being a big hotshot dancer would get me all the girls. So this starts back in about probably 2015-ish. I was working out a lot at the time with my dad. We were going to the gym like 5 days a week, and I was eating relatively healthy. And I noticed that my arms were getting bigger. Of course, I only did biceps and triceps, do the show off muscles. And this caused me to get quite a boost of confidence. I thought, you know what? I've been overweight my whole life. I'm still overweight, but at least I got big muscles now. So, going back to kind of some of the backstory before the dancing part, whenever I possibly could, I'd make sure to pull like my shirt sleeves up, so my entire, my arms were showing, my big Popeye arms, and I was wondering why the girls weren't flocking to me like they did in those like Axe body spray commercials, like where you just spray it and every female in a 30-mile radius just comes jumping into your arms, frothing at the mouth. But that wasn't really happening. So what I decided was, since I was looking better now and I had these muscles and I wasn't as fat as I used to be, that I needed a new tactic. Well, Kyle invited me with a person he was dating at the time, and our other friend to go to the Eagles Club Rave Ballroom in Milwaukee, and there was a electronic dance music concert there, and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for me to really boogie, really bust a move out there on the dance floor, and make an impression so I could finally find a partner. So I was very excited for this for weeks. I was going through a really bad heartbreak at the time, and I wanted to go meet a new girl at the concert. I don't even remember what the concert was called. It was some hype beast, dubstep guy. But I was ready, man. I got up that morning and I said, today's the day. I'm getting me a girlfriend. I got my big muscles. I'm wearing a tighter shirt. I'm gonna pull my sleeves up, and I'm gonna get down there and I'm gonna bust a move, and it's gonna work. Well, what happened was we went to the concert, and that's exactly what I did. I waited for the music to get really loud, and I went out there. I found a empty spot where I could do my mating call of dancing, the flirt zone. There wasn't anybody around, but I figured if I, like a peacock, if I fluffed my feathers up and up with my dance moves, then I would be able to attract a mate. And what I did was I went out there and I danced, man. And it wasn't like regular dance moves, like just bobbing back and forth, maybe doing a little, like a stanky leg or whatever. No, this was aggressive dancing. I had this move that I used to call the south of the border. I don't know why I called it that, but I call it the south of the border. And basically what it was is I would start doing a little back and forth, a little 1, 2, 1, 2, with your feet. And I would start shooting my limbs out in opposite directions. So if my right arm shot out to the right, my left leg would shoot out to the left. And I would start out doing this small, and I was like punching and kicking the air. But then it would eventually result into full-on, full-force air punching and air kicking really fast and really hard. So it looked like I was trying to generate some sort of energy force field around me. It's very aggressively with my sleeves up. And lo and behold, this didn't work. I sat there and I danced really hard for about 2 or 3 minutes. And the only thing that really happened was Kyle thought it was really funny and he was laughing. And that was about it. And I would just go up to girls that I would see around the dance floor and be like, "Hey, what's up, sugar mama? You want to dance with me?" And basically they would say, maybe later. And I'd say, all right, let me know. And then I would stand there for like 5 minutes doing a dance, and within a 5-foot radius of the girl, just going hard. And she didn't want to dance with me. She said maybe, and she didn't come back. That happened with about 4 or 5 girls that night. And it was a failed operation, and I remember going back home and feeling pretty disappointed. But what happened was my family and I, we went to Mexico that summer. And at the hotel, they had a built-in nightclub at this hotel, and everybody knows what happens at nightclubs. There's dancing, there's alcoholic beverages, there's lots of single women, and I thought this was going to be my big opportunity. I was going to the big leagues on this vacation. So we end up getting to the hotel that week, and I put on my nicest clothes, and I go out there. And there were some people I met at the hotel that week, and they wanted to introduce their daughters to me. And I was very excited about this, obviously. There was two very attractive women and me, and the girls were excited to meet me. I guess their family told them good things about me. So one of the girls says, "Let's go get a shot. Let's do shots." And I was like, "Oh, absolutely. Let's do 10 of them." Not really, but I said, "Let's go do a shot." Well, at the time, I had never taken a shot of liquor before, but I insisted that I would be fine. So we go over to the bar, and then we go to the bartender. 3 shots of tequila, please. That's what the girl said, and I was like, "Yep, let's do it." So the shots come around, and we all do a cheers, and the girls just take them professionally with grace and just smooth. They just whoop down the hatch, and they're woo-wee party. And they start walking away, but I haven't taken my shot yet because I already know this is about to be bad. So I was like, "Yeah, party time. I'm going to take mine." And I kind of waited for them to walk away to take it. So when they walked away, I attempted to take the shot, but I also inhaled at the same time that I took it. And I literally did the Triple H thing, for you WWE fans out there, where he puts some water in his mouth at the edge of the wrestling ring and just spits it like a water fountain out, and it comes out in a mist. So that's literally what I did with this shot of tequila. And a mist of tequila comes shooting out of my mouth very powerfully. Luckily, the girls didn't see. But then I walked back there acting like, "Oh, yeah, that was a good one." Luckily they didn't see anything. But they decided they want to start dancing. And I said, "Well, this is my specialty. Of course, let's start dancing." So the two girls reached their hands out, and I connect with their hands, so we're in a circle. Like the old Ring Around the Rosie nursery rhyme where there's like 3 kids jumping around holding hands in a circle dancing, "Ring around the Rosie." Well, that's literally what we started doing. We started doing Ring Around the Rosie. But this wasn't really getting anyone anywhere. And I became pretty awkward. So after jumping around in a circle like a buffoon for about 3 or 4 minutes, of course, I start getting sweaty and stuff, so I excused myself to the bathroom and told them I would catch up with them later. So after going in the bathroom and, taking a leak and wiping the sweat off my brow, I walk back out to the dance floor and start doing the South of the Border dance move, the very powerful air punching and kicking. And that wasn't doing me much, but then I saw my golden opportunity. There was some sort of spill on the dance floor. And, a bunch of people were crowded around this spill. So there seemed to be some sort of commotion coming up, and there was a janitor coming up with a bucket and a mop to clean up this spill. And I walk over there to see exactly what's going on, and it appears that somebody has spilled a drink on the floor with fruit in it. I saw like some orange, and banana pieces on the floor. So it looked like somebody dropped a fruity drink. Well, I wanted to get all the attention in this nightclub, so what I did was I decided to start dancing in it. So I jump in this mess. It's a big, liquid pile on the floor, and I start doing the dance move in the pile of mess. And all of a sudden, I hear a bunch of laughing and gasping and shocked expressions on people's faces. And in my mind, it was, "Oh, man, I just did something so crazy. This is definitely going to get me the girls." So I started dancing harder in this pile of liquid. And eventually, like, the laughing stopped and people's faces were just shocked. And I was like, "Okay, I got to stop. What's going on?" I stopped dancing. And I started to smell something. And it smelled like vomit. And I lifted my leg up. I looked at my shoe. And it turns out that for about the past 2 minutes, I've been dancing around in a pile of vomit, cramming my shoes in it, slipping and sliding in the vomit. And I tell you what, I felt pretty embarrassed. So I went to the bathroom, cleaned the vomit off my shoes, and walked back on the dance floor. And I decided it wasn't over yet for old Pauly B. I was going to give it one more shot. So a dance circle formed in the middle of the nightclub, and people were having fun in it, and I wanted to be the big man on campus again, so I decided I was going to do something wacky in the dance floor. So what I did was, when it was my turn, I walked out of the dance floor and basically jumped and like tucked and hit the ground. So I basically cannonballed the floor, and then I started doing like I was like running on the floor in a circle. It was like on the Simpsons movie when the grandpa starts freaking out in church and goes whoop 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 and all that. So I was basically spinning myself around in a circle on the ground in a running motion. And people got pretty hyped over that, but nothing really happened. Surprisingly, I went home empty-handed that night. I did not have a girl on my arm. I went home maidenless as usual. And I guess the moral of the story on this one is you don't have to do super wacky, obnoxious stuff to get the attention of the opposite sex. You can just talk to people. You don't have, if you see a pile of mysterious liquid on the floor, it's probably the best move to not jump into it and dance around and smash your shoes into it when you don't know what it is. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.